Quinn and I left just after dawn, the early light breaking through the thick canopy in gold and silvers. We each had our own bag. Mine was a worn leather backpack, heavy with gear, food, and everything we might need to survive the jungle. Quinn, on the other hand, carried only a small satchel. Inside, paper, a quill, ink, and judging by the smell, some sort of dried fruit or snack he wasn't eager to share. This time, the journey through the jungle was easier. It was as if Quinn could feel the pulse of the forest. He moved with an instinctive grace, always knowing where to step, which vines not to touch, when to duck. The jungle, thick and alive, seemed to part slightly for him. I followed closely, graceful for his quiet guidance. By late afternoon, I felt the soft ticking from the compass clipped to my jacket. I had started calling it my weather compass. Unlike a traditional compass, this one didn't point north. It pointed toward something else. A pull in the air, a shift in pressure. Right now, it was twitching northeast. Storm's coming, I said. Quinn looked skeptical, his feathers ruffling slightly in the wind. Your little spinning device tells you that? I nodded. He didn't argue, and when the rain and thunder rolled in an hour later, drenching the forest in sheets of warm water, I saw a quiet admiration in his eyes. He wanted one. That night, we found a dry patch of stone beneath a rocky outcrop. We built a small fire and swapped stories while the jungle hummed around us. I told him of cities that scraped the sky and mountains blanketed in snow. That last part was hard to explain. Quinn had never even heard of snow. Well, why would he? In the heat of Terria South, frozen water falling from the sky was the stuff of fantasy. In turn, Quinn shared stories of his people. He told me few Anavians ever leave their homeland, and that those who do are cautious, fearful of what they might find beyond the jungle's edge. I understood now why so few humans believed in their existence. Most thought of them as myth. It was easier that way. Then came something that hit me harder than I expected. Quinn explained why I'd been jailed. Not because I broke some law or trespassed sacred ground, but because of history. Because humans come here and take birds, the bright ones, the rare ones, caging them, selling them, displaying them like trophies. Since the Anavians live in harmony with the birds, even care for them as kin, those old crimes cut deep. To them, I was just another human with a cage. I told him I understood, and I hope he believed me. We fell asleep not long after. The jungle, as Quinn put it, sleeps early but wakes wild. I didn't fully understand what he meant, until the next morning. Birdsong rose with the sun, louder than anything I've heard before. It wasn't chaotic, it was orchestral, and soon we were moving again. We crossed rivers slick with moss-covered stones, waded through thick vines and past trees so tall they seemed to touch the sky. Then Quinn stopped abruptly, holding a hand out to signal silence. I heard it too. A roar in the distance. Not an animal, something deeper. A rushing, endless sound, like water falling into itself. We followed it until the trees opened into a wide rocky basin. There before us was a lake, unlike anything I'd seen before. In the center, a swirling dark vortex churned, water violently downward. It spiraled in slow, endless motion, like a mouth in the earth. Quinn bowed his head. The Great Rift, he said, voice hushed. We believe it leads to the gods. I stood, staring in awe. The vortex could swallow entire ships, even cities, and yet the world outside had never mentioned it. Not a single book, not a single explorer I'd ever met and said a word. How much else was hidden? We checked the map. According to its markings, the ruins were just north of the Great Rift, and so we walked, eyes wide, feet wary. The jungle didn't let us pass easily. We had to fight off more of those bone-white spiders and even a pair of snakes with scales that shimmered green and gold. To my surprise, Quinn fought beside me with calm skill, staff in hand, feathers steady, as if he'd trained for this. He wasn't just a scholar, he was a champion of sorts. By late afternoon, the trees began to thin, and the shadows stretched longer across the ground. I spotted something odd on the horizon, a sharp edge among the branches. As we drew closer, more shapes revealed themselves. cracked stone, toppled towers, walls split by vines and trees. The jungle had swallowed this place, but not completely. The ruins still stood, just barely. Quinn looked at me and said only 3 words: "We are here." And in that moment, something inside me lit up, an ancient fire, a knowing. We were one step closer.